promise you, I did not know. I knew I was in Denver. I knew I was in the tech center, but I didn't realize where I was. February 2010, we did a national success training in this hotel, and the whole company had 400 people at it. Wow. The whole entire company had 400 on the other side of the hotel. Today in this room in Denver, there's 500 people just in this city. I dare say it's grown a little bit. Dare say we just had 15, actually we had 16,500 in the Miami Heat Arena for our last national success training. Give you guys a reference point. So it's pretty nostalgic for me to, so the last time I was in Denver was in this hotel, and our whole company was 400 people. So I'm very excited to be here with you guys. We gotta do this a little bit differently tonight. Usually you watch the second half of the DVD, and the reason is because there's a mountain time zone, and it's, you know, nobody really knows about the mountain time zone. It's like the sleeper time zone, right? So I've got 5,000 regional directors and above on a call at 8:30, and normally you'd watch the second half of the DVD and then I'd speak, but I gotta dive in right now. So I'm saying this in advance because I'm not the type of person that likes to speak and then run out the door and poof, I'm gone, but I'm going to have to do that tonight in order to talk to these 5,000 people. But if you do stick around for the Getting Started training, I'll come back, I'll probably catch the end of the Getting Started training, speak again, and shake every hand in this room and take every photo in this room if that's what you're interested in. But I want to tell you guys, because I don't want you to think, oh, that guy's a jerk, he just ran out the back door and he's gone. So let me go ahead and dive in. First of all, my quick backstory. I'm originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I have a very blue-collar I have a very blue-collar middle-class upbringing. All four of my grandparents that worked at the same factory, and had a trickle-down effect. So my uncles, my dad, my cousins, my brothers, they all worked there for a little while. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, but I knew what I didn't want to be, and that was working at that factory, right? So I had made a decision that I wanted to be quote-unquote rich one day when I grew up. When any of you guys, when you were young, did you have a dream to be rich one day when you were older? Yeah. The rest of you guys had a dream to be poor one day when you were older? Or like you were 9 going, I really want to be middle class one day. When we're kids, we all want to be rich one day. There's not a class for it. You can't go to class and go to Wealth 101. And there's not a course. So you watch television. You go, okay, well, you got to be an actor or actress. You got to play an instrument. You got to be a rapper. You got to do something illegal, or you got to be a professional athlete. Those are pretty much your options. And I can't act, I can't sing, I can't rhyme, I'm not a good liar, so illegal's out. So that left professional sports for me. And that was going to be my ticket. I went on to play college baseball, and when I was playing college baseball, the first year that I was there, I found out about this weird word called entrepreneurship. Turns out, it's the #1 way that all people who become successful financially become successful financially. And it wasn't because they could run or jump or whatever, or sing or play an instrument, or it was because they used a little bit of this and a whole lot of this. They used a little bit of this and a whole lot of this, right? So I became an entrepreneur. I got started. I had no success, and for 2 years I had no success in this style of marketing, this exact style of marketing. I started when I was 18. By the time I was 22, though, I was making about $25,000 a month. And anytime you're making more in thousands per month than you are old, that's a really good month, right? Especially when you get to be Forrest age, it's a really good month for us, right? So I moved to California when I was 21 or so. I had developed this strange allergy that you guys do not suffer from. It's called allergy to snow. So I got out of Michigan and I went to Southern California. And at 22, I was living an amazing lifestyle. I lived on the beach, one house away in Huntington Beach. I would walk to the water every day, Monday through Friday specifically, 8:30 a.m., and I'd touch my toes in the water and say, today I beat the system, Monday. I'd come back the next day, today I beat the system, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I could look to the left and I could see all the way, down to Newport and beyond. I could look to the right and see all the way up to Santa Monica, it felt like. And there was nobody for miles. Where was everybody at Monday through Friday, 8:30 in the morning? Work, right? It was just me and a couple homeless guys. We were high-fiving the whole time. Yeah! We're like, take that, system. So it was a really cool lifestyle. And everybody, though, the problem with it was everybody who didn't know me, automatically assumed I was one of two things. Like, okay, he's young, he makes a lot of money, he doesn't seem to work, he's at the beach all the time, he drives a really nice car, he's either a rich kid, because there's a lot of rich kids in Orange County, California, and if he's not a rich kid, then he must be a what? No, a supermodel. He must be a supermodel. One guy in the back room was just like this. Didn't even crack his mouth. But so, yeah, you guys were right. They did think I was a drug dealer. And at first, I used to make me mad. I used to get upset about it because I had worked so hard at something, and you know, they had created this opinion. Then I realized it wasn't that they had a problem with me. They had a problem with what they were taught. Because what they were taught since they were this tall is that type of success at that age is just not what? Possible. It's not possible. And what tonight is about is a possibility. That's it. It's not about a guarantee, it's about a possibility. Now, if you want to get on the challenge, that actually is guaranteed. Money back guarantee. If you don't like it, send us empty box, send us empty bags, we'll send you your money back. But entrepreneurship is not about a guarantee. If you want to promote the challenge, you're declaring that I want to be an entrepreneur and I want to start a home-based business with this company and I want to promote the challenge. Now, when I'm done here in a few minutes, they're going to actually play the second half of the DVD so you can get those details. When I talk about you know, promoting the challenge and what does that mean, you're going to get that in a second. All I want to do is talk, you know, generally about the topic of entrepreneurship. And I want to first, though, before I dive into those entrepreneurs, is I want to applaud and acknowledge everybody that's here tonight that has no interest in entrepreneurship, that simply wants to do something great for their body. I want you to know that it's completely okay if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, if you don't want to make more money, and if you just want to do a transformation, you want to lose weight, you want to run a 5K, you want to gain muscle mass, I applaud you for being here because you're the person that this company is created for. Our promoters could not be entrepreneurs without you wanting to take a transformation. So thank all of you guys. However, with my time here though, I do want to address those entrepreneurs, but I wanted to recognize and thank those potential customers. So back to the entrepreneurs here, or potential entrepreneurs in the room, you know, entrepreneurship is about a possibility. It is not about a guarantee. Right? And it frustrates me because I'll still have people that come up and be like, yeah, well, not everybody's going to make it. Like, you're brilliant, Sherlock. Did you figure that out all on your own, right? No, we know not everybody's going to make it. Guess what? There's a bunch of people right now that are starting the real estate industry and not everybody's going to make it. And there's a bunch of kids right now down there playing Little League. Should I go down there and say, listen kids, you should all hang it up because not every one of you are going to make it to the bigs, right? Put the glove away. You know what we should do? We should probably go down to, you know, where everybody does their doing business as and files to start their own business. We should probably tell them all to stop starting their own business, since 9 out of 10 of those businesses will fail in the first 3 years and not all of them are going to make it. Do you guys recommend that we tell every potential business owner not to start a business because not everyone's going to make it? No. Because if we did that, we wouldn't be this country. We'd be some other country that doesn't allow you to be free enterprise, to be an entrepreneur, and to start your own business. And when I look at, you got the first part right. You live here. You live in the United States of America, the land of opportunity. And if you can't find an opportunity here, shame on you, right? Because, you know, there's nobody in a boat trying to get out of this place saying, I'm tired of this place. It's like, get me out of here, right? But there's a lot of people trying to do what? Get in. And they're trying to get in because they're looking for an opportunity. That's it. And these people will risk their life for one shot. They'll risk their life for one shot. Now, I'm not asking you guys to do that. You don't need to risk your life for an opportunity. You live here. You're going to have to risk other things. You know what you have to risk? Bowling league. That's what you're going to have to risk. Snowboarding and skiing time. That's what you're going to have to risk. You're going to have to risk time sitting in front of the television. You're going to have to risk that. Softball practice, you're going to have to risk that. Those are things that are going to be carved into when becoming an entrepreneur. But I'll tell you what, it's like, you should not waste your life away watching, you know, Are You Smarter Than a 4th Grader on television? And plus, I'll save you the answer. The answer is, if you're watching that show, obviously not, right? Clearly not. Well, you don't understand, Nick, American Idol, it's my favorite favorite show? Let me tell you who needs an idol. Your kids need an idol. Your neighborhood needs an idol. Your family needs an idol. And it's not them. It's you that they need to be an idol, right? They need to idolize you. That's what you need to become. Well, you don't understand, the best season of Survivor, let me save you the drama. A bunch of people are going to lie to each other. At the end, somebody's going to get $1 million for lying, and it's not you. That I know for sure. But let me tell you about the story of Survivor where that $1 million earner is you. It's you overcoming all of your obstacles. It's you getting on a stage like this someday and telling your story about how you overcame, you did it anyways, you overcame your fear, and you made it happen, and you survived, and you inspired thousands of people with that story. That's a story of Survivor. And that's what I'm doing myself. See, here's what we are. We are just a possibility. But, you know, here's what I'm very excited about for you. We're not a possibility anymore. When we started this company, we were just simply a possibility. 5 years ago, we were an okay one. 3 years ago, we were a good one. Today, as it stands, we are the undisputed champion of the world of possibility. I don't mean that from a biased perspective. Every time I do this, I'm not text messaging, I'm just checking the time. I don't mean that from a biased perspective. I mean that from a statistical perspective. I don't mean this from a, hey, I just want everyone to get excited about what I'm saying here. I mean numbers. Numbers don't lie, people do. And numerically speaking, we're number one. We are the #1 fastest growing weight loss challenge in the world. Period, end of story. 12 to 15 million pounds lost in the last 3 years. Every 10 seconds, somebody joins the challenge. 1 million new people joined the challenge in 2012 alone. What else is worth sharing? 200 million shakes served in the last 3 years. Why is that important? That's important because of people in this room, 200 million times, somebody said no to McDonald's drive-thru, Burger King, Pizza Hut, fast food, and they said no for a healthy alternative. I get excited about that because as long as McDonald's brags about 99 billion, cardiac arrests in a box served, I'm not going to stop sharing this challenge until we have 99 billion shakes served. That's my personal goal and my personal mission, and I want a bunch of people that want that same goal. Anyone want to take down McDonald's or 99 billion shakes served? That excites me. Because the #1 epidemic in the world today, period, end of story, fastest growing epidemic in the world today, every country, every continent is what? Obesity. That's #1. And wouldn't it feel great to just make a dent, just a dent into what's happening there, but to be able to see those stories happen like you heard up here and make a great income doing that. Be able to link your financial success to the stories that you heard tonight, thousands of them. That's what we do. That will make you feel real good about what you're doing in business, right? And that's something you'll lay your head down at night and smile every morning when you wake up and be ready to go get after it again. Well, from the business opportunity, if you will, the data on that is equally as amazing and overwhelming. We went from $1 million a month in sales, January 2010, to $65 million a month in sales, June 2012. That's 2.5 years. That's a $12 million company to a $750 million company in 2.5 years. Now, in this room, there's two types of thinkers. There's a left brain thinker and there's a right brain thinker. A left brain thinker is somebody who likes numbers. They like data, they like statistics. Where are my left brain thinkers at? Left brain thinkers, right? There's like 3 of you. Like, yes, I'm one of those. Yes. Oh, yes, that's very interesting. 27 months. And then there's my right brain thinkers who are out of the box. They don't like necessarily rules and data. What are my right brain thinkers? Right? And you always know who the right brain thinkers are because you say something like, woo! What's that mean? Left brain thinker, explain that to me. And by the way, those of you guys that didn't raise your hand, what are you, a no-brain thinker? Just saying, just throwing it out there. Okay, so Let's, the right brain thinkers, you guys are going, dude, can you just draw me a picture of all these numbers? Just draw me a picture. The answer is yes. I'm going to draw you guys a picture real quick. We grew for 27 straight months, double-digit compounded growth every single month with the exception of December. Left brain thinkers, like, that's very interesting, yes, okay. Right brain thinkers, here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw a picture. What I'm going to do is every time you see my hand hit like this, we're going to do it fast, you're going to say a month of the year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and I'm going to draw you the picture. You're going to start in January, you're going to go to June, 27 months later or so. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. January, February, March, April, May, June, July.
Right there, that's your picture right there, right? Now I can tell by your reaction, right brain thinkers, you don't know what the picture means, right? You're just like, I got nothing. So, we're going to break this down. Here we go. This right here, this is bad. What's this right here? Bad. This right here, this is good. What's this right here? Alright, economic review. Economic review of the last 4 or 5 years. Here we go. The real estate industry. The mortgage industry. The automotive industry. The construction industry. The insurance industry. The pharmaceutical industry. The banking industry. All industry related to those industries. The U.S. economy. At the exact same time, in the exact same country, with the exact same problems, with the exact same people, the Body by Bye Challenge. It really doesn't matter to me how skeptical and how analytical you are. You can't argue this when you're surrounded by this. Let me start over. You can't intelligently argue this when you're surrounded by this. It doesn't make sense. What I would do is I would stop arguing this and I would start saying, okay, stop. How do I help some of the next 10 to 15 million pounds be lost? How do I help somebody get on the challenge in the next 10 seconds? How do I be one of the BMW qualifiers in the next 60 minutes? Because every 60 minutes somebody qualifies for a BMW. That's the questions you should be asking. Instead of trying to figure out why this is going like this, well, everything else is going like that, right? And unless, you're a paid economic advisor to get paid to talk about why everything sucks, I would start talking about why something's great. I would start focusing on that. Because nobody in this room gets paid to complain. We don't get paid to complain at the water cooler about the problems. We don't. What we do here is we're getting paid to solve problems. We don't complain about them, we solve them. Number one epidemic in the world today is what? 10 to 15 billion pounds lost. We get paid to solve problems. Oh, well, you know what? Oh, there's no jobs available, unemployment, etc., etc. Do you know what we do? We actually give jobs back. What the heck does that mean? We have people that say, I don't want my job anymore. I'm going to give my job to someone else. That's solving problems. Right? I know there's people in this room that have already given their job to somebody else. They're like, you know what? I now am a full-time entrepreneur. You can have my job. And somebody else who doesn't have a job now takes that job. See guys, we solve problems, we don't complain about them. What side of the coin are you on? Are you going to be a part of the solution or are you going to be a part of the problem? And I invite every single one of you guys to be a major part of the solution. Now I know right now you still have no idea how to promote the challenge or what it means to be a promoter of the challenge. We're going to show you the other 10-minute part of the video to catch you up on that. But I wanted to make sure I got to share with you guys the importance of becoming an entrepreneur and doing something while you're still working your career, while you're still working your job to augment your current financial situation. Let me do a little time check here. Alright, we're looking good. It's probably not set, because I know we're not on any time zone that I'm ever in. So, seriously, how many cities are in the Mountain Time Zone? Just Denver? Albuquerque? No, big cities. I Salt Lake City, okay, 2. All right. Fair. All right. Now, I want to give you guys a visual here. I told you guys that every 60 minutes somebody qualifies for a BMW with our company. And what this means is this individual makes an extra $1,500 to $2,000 a month. They have a $600 car payment for a BMW of their choice. What this means is they now have their mortgage approximately paid for with their commissions and their car paid for. And if they're getting their product for free, they've made a major dent into their grocery bill. How many of you guys right now in the situation you're in would happily have a side business that paid for the mortgage, the car, and some of your grocery bill, right? See, it's not about all of you guys have to get rich and you're going to be gazillionaires. Just think about the small part of just making an extra $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Now this might be difficult to do. Let's start with the people that are standing, because most of them are standing. If you are a regional director or above, raise your hand if you're standing real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Okay, now if you're seated, now raise your hand if you're a regional director above. We told you to move your seat if you're an RD. No, I was kidding. Gotcha! Okay, no, seriously though, raise your hand because I need every one of you. Okay, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. 62 BMW qualifiers in a room of 500 people. So, that means 1 out of every 9 people in this room is qualified for the BMW. I'm not talking about one day, someday, maybe you might get the pink Cadillac. I'm talking about 1 in every 9 people. I want you guys to look 4 people to your right, and then look 4 people to your left and say, hey, if it's not you, it's me, because it's going to be one of us. I mean, that's serious, right? So, as an entrepreneur, guys, whether you just want to make a couple $100 with us, a couple $1,000 with us, or you have big dreams and you want to make $1 million a year with us, it's possible, it's happening all the time, and you absolutely positively can do it if you have the will. I don't know if you have the will. I can't measure will. See, the can part with us is so easy. We've got the system, we've got the platform, it's #1 in every category. Do you have the will? Will is your measurement of this. Do you have any heart? And if you've got the heart and you will go, you've got the work ethic, you've got the passion, you have a reason big enough to move you, to motivate you, we have the platform. We have the platform. We are the #1 possibility for the startup entrepreneur in the world. Grab a hold of it, go for it, make it happen. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch the second half of the DVD at the end.